Hey, and welcome to episode 001 of Bliss Boss Talks. I am so excited you're here. I'm going to make this one a Bliss Boss pep talk-ish, where I'm basically just going to share my story with you and share with you why I started this podcast and how the heck I got here. Welcome to Bliss Boss Talks. I'm your host, Jaya Rose, a life coach, speaker, doTERRA team leader, and a mama of two free-spirited girls. And you are in the right place if you are ready to live your dreams without sacrificing your needs. I'm going to be talking to other soulful leaders who are walking the talk, and we are touching on all things personal development, spirituality, and what it really takes to be the boss of your bliss. Are you ready? Let's go. All right, so let's dive right in. And of course, I want to start a few years ago, because if I were to just start today, right now, where I am sitting on my couch about to share with you a story, it wouldn't really be fair, because every story of triumph or hero story or success is always about the journey. Am I right? And it just wouldn't be fair. It just would not be fair if I didn't give you a little bit of backstory. So 3 years ago, I was playing super small, which is why I love to talk about self-sabotage, playing small, getting in your own way, because I did that for 36 years. In fact, I was the little girl who hid behind my mom's legs and was afraid of everything. In fact, she just reminded me the other day how I was afraid to try anything new. And it's true. And that lasted for a long time, until I got into my 20s and I learned belly dancing. I remember going to a belly dance class and not knowing anything and being scared, but also knowing that it felt right. And that became a real theme for me in my life, where I didn't necessarily want to do things I wasn't already good at because I just didn't like it, but I would if it felt right. And that is the theme of Bliss Boss Living right there, is that I truly believe it has to feel right. It has to feel aligned. It needs to feel like something bigger than you to do something scary. And that has lasted with me, even though I was playing small to the degree of what I'm capable of. I always followed my intuition. And so 3 years ago, when I arrived at a place where I was ready to let go of getting in my own way and let go of the story that if I were to play full out and go all the way with my magic, really to share that magic with the world, that was going to hurt people. That was the belief that I was living with, was that if I was beautiful and smart and wealthy and kind and giving and vivacious, that I was in some way hurting other people by doing that. And I know it sounds silly, but I also know that on some level you can relate, because every story I share with you is going to have a little bit of this in it. It's going to touch on the idea that we play small, usually because we're afraid to actually go all in on ourselves. Hey, so sorry to interrupt. I hope you're loving this episode, and make sure to stick around for the rest of it. I just wanted to pop in and let you know that I have a beautiful free resource for you. All you need to do is head over to thejayarose.com and scroll down till you see the invitation to download the Bold Self Playbook. In this playbook, I walk you through the 5 mindset principles that will help you embody your most powerful self and magnetize your dreams. This is a game changer, and you must have these 5 mindset practices and principles in place to really take it to the next level and truly be embodying that version of yourself you're ready to step into. So head on over to thejayarose.com and download it. Can't wait to hear what you think, and keep on listening. I was just doing that because I wasn't full out. I was just doing that because I wasn't all the way in. But what if you were all the way in? What if you were full out? What if you were showing up everywhere in your life at your best? There would be no excuses anymore. There would be no way to say, oh, well, I know I could have done better, but I chose not to, right? And so when I decided that I was going to shift this mentality, it was a lot around money and my career for me. At the time, 3 years ago, I had been a personal trainer for 12 years. I had gone all in on this career. I knew that I was meant to help people, that was my purpose, to show up helping people with what I know I'm good at, which is really meeting people right where they are. And in personal training, that was great because when my clients would come in and they had an ache in their knee or something was going on with them, I would meet them right there. I didn't have some pre-planned workout that they had to do. And that really was because of my natural ability. And when I became a life coach, also, just a couple years into my personal training career, it was really all about this, about meeting people where they are and giving them guidance and the nurturing and tools to get to where they want to go. And that's great, but I was doing it at such a small level. And really, it's because of that belief and fear that I had around not wanting to be too awesome, literally, which sounds so silly, but it's true. I didn't want to be too awesome. And I also just didn't have the model. You know, it was the first time when I actually saw Marie Forleo launching her B School. If you guys don't know who Marie Forleo is, where have you been? Living under a rock. Google her name and look at her videos because she is incredible. So when I saw her video on B School saying, you have potential, you not sharing your gifts with the world is actually stealing from people. I was like, what the fuck? No, I'm not stealing from people. And I was so upset. I really was. It triggered me, which, you know, it takes sometimes being triggered to realize that you need to make a shift. And I couldn't hide it from myself anymore, that I knew deep down I had a bigger message. I had a bigger vision for myself, my life, and for the impact that I want to make. And I couldn't hide it anymore. And I think that is just so poignant because we need that. We need to come up against that edge that says, no more, this old way is not working for me. It's never going to get me where I truly want to be. And when I decided that is when everything changed for me. So we know that making a decision is the most crucial part of any journey, because you can think that you want something, you can desire it, you can want it so badly, you can align with it, but until you actually decide, nothing is going to shift. And that for me really was the catalyst. And in that, I went on this massive journey to really figure out who I was in this story, what the story I wanted to create, and who I wanted to become. And that's where this podcast really comes from. It comes from taking the experiences that I've had over the past 3 years, and of course before that, because there was value and wisdom in all of my life as there is in all of yours, and putting it into a roadmap for women who are doing this exact same work. Because I know that as a woman rising in this modern day, we need each other and we need support. And I'm just so grateful for all the people that have taken the time to create their own podcasts or create their own programs or step into their purpose and show themselves as someone who could help. I am so grateful to those people for getting past their own fears and for not playing small anymore. Because without them showing me what was possible, I know that I would still be doing the exact same thing I was doing for 12 years. and that I wouldn't have had this beautiful transformation. And I will dive into more of this story as the podcast progresses. I want you to know that if you are an entrepreneur, a network marketer, a doTERRA rep, if you are a dreamer, you don't even have to be in business to get a lot out of this podcast. And this is what I want to touch on, that I've been in the online entrepreneur space the whole time that I've had an online business, obviously. But what I've really seen is that there is a need for grounded, practical principles, really, on living a full-on spiritual and physical life. Because what I see a lot is this reaching for the money mindset, reaching for the goals, reaching for all these things that are outside of us. And I am here to remind you and myself daily that how we feel on a daily basis, how we feel in our body and our mind and our heart when we wake up in the morning is one of the most important things. And it's very telling how you feel when you wake up in the morning and what you start thinking about, because your day can so easily become just another day, right? Like just like yesterday. And how many times have you seen somebody and you ask them, how's it going? And they say, oh, same old, same old. And I just want to shake them and say, are you kidding me? Do you know what you are given every single day? Do you know that every single day when you have the opportunity to wake up again, you are given a platform and an opportunity to do something new, to do something great? And I feel that this is what it's all about. And the truth is being a high achieving, highly sensitive, spiritual woman. For me, I need to take care of myself, and I need to honor my body and my mind and my spirit. But I just really want to be this voice of reason that says, heck yes, go for your dreams and do it. Do it in a big way. Let's go. And let's not forget who we are and really what we deserve, because what we deserve is to feel good in our bodies. So you will see some of my 12 years of being a personal trainer, life coach, and being really, really into health come into this, because health is a part of a prosperous conversation. And if it is not, then it needs to be, because otherwise you're headed for burnout. And that is not what I want for my soul sisters. So I am just so excited that you have listened to this episode. I really am excited to support you in your journey. Come back. Make sure to subscribe to this so that it goes into your little episode or podcast library. Know that if you rate it and you leave a review, it's more likely for you to see it first as well when I come out with episodes. So I'm really excited to be this voice for you and also to encourage you on your journey, the amazing journey that we're all on. So thank you so much for being here. And always remember, your life is a gift. Go all in on you, because you are the only one who can be the boss of your bliss. Yay. Thanks so much for listening and being here. And if you loved this episode, please take a moment to rate it on iTunes. I feel so honored when I read your reviews, and I would love to feature you on the podcast as a spotlight review. Also, find me on Instagram at Jaya Rose, and I would be so excited to share your story into my story. I just love seeing the feedback and that you're listening. So share it out on social media. Share it with somebody who you think it could benefit, because us showing up for other people is what this is all about. It's a ripple effect of change, and we do that by sharing. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time on Bliss Boss Talks.